Welcome back to the Momentum Sports Podcast. If you're new here, please consider hitting that like button and hitting that subscribe button. Comment down below your thoughts. Derek and I love talking about college sports, especially college football and college basketball. We're excited to get on to this next topic that you came here for. So let's get it. All right, I know we're a little late to the party here. We're recording this a little bit later than other reactions, but we're deciding to do a reaction anyway to this Heisman Trophy situation. We did a prediction for, who we thought would win the Heisman versus who we thought should win, and it happened like we'd predicted. We said that we thought that Hunter would win the Heisman and that Genty should win the Heisman, like should have. And I'll say why. Before the people that are going to accuse us of Deion haters and Colorado haters and Hunter haters, whatever, I'm going to say this. Number one, who's in the playoffs? That's always been the way the Heisman is. I guess not always, but the majority of the Heisman Trophy winners, it's because one player takes the team to elite status to either contend for a championship or be very close to it. And being outside of a 12-team playoff, I don't know if a Heisman Trophy winner should be somebody outside of the 12 top teams. But anyway, that's my first point. My next one is you take Genty off of Boise State, they're nothing. You take Travis Hunter off of Colorado, they're slightly different, but they've got an NFL quarterback and they've got other things going for them. Boise State is Genty. If you look at the points that Genty scores running into the end zone versus what they're doing passing or their quarterback running into the end zone, the majority of the points are handoffs to Genty. He is the offense. He is the team at Boise State. I just wanted to put that out there. That's my take on it. I think that Derek made a really good point, and you can expand on this, Derek, but I thought you made a very good point about connections with Deion. Deion having those connections that probably skewed things and put Genty at a big disadvantage in this situation. One last thing. I think Hunter is a great player. I think it's really cool what he's doing. But I do think that what Genty did from a Heisman standpoint, as in an MVP status type of player that you need this guy for your team to be good, Genty should have been that guy.
All right. Well, let me put a little facts out here. Ashton Genty was the team for Boise State. Ashton Genty rushed over 2,400 yards, and I'm looking at the stats because I don't know these by heart. I just know he did a lot. It says he has 29 touchdowns. His All-American honors. He holds FBS all-time. He's on the verge of breaking the FBS all-time rushing record. Yes, you can make a case. Barry Sanders did 11 games, and technically Barry Sanders would have had 28. I think 2,800 yards. Did they count not like the bowl game? Um, he's won the Maxwell Award, Bill Walker Award. He finished second behind, Travis Hunter. But Jake performance has been a key factor for Boise State.
Yeah.
And he is the reason. This is the same thing. You have to be like really good to be able to do what Ashton Genty did. And I promise you this, if Ashton Genty was on Colorado, it would have been a whole lot different. He would have won the whole thing.
Oh, you
He
would.
would have won.
You're
He
right.
would
I
actually
agree.
he would have
I
made Colorado
agree.
win. There have been games that they lost that Ashton
Wow.
Genty would have said, no way.
Boom.
He
You're
right
right.
there.
If you flip them, if
Okay.
you put Hunter on Boise State and you put Genty on Colorado, Colorado's in the college football playoff. I
But
100% agree.
Here, Travis Hunter was versatile. He had 92 passes thrown his way,
Yeah.
the 1,152. That's 92 catches, 1,152 yards. He had 14 touchdowns, 31 tackles, 4 interceptions, and 11 pass deflections. Sorry.
Yeah. No, he was
Okay.
a stud. He was.
He was a stud. And
Yeah.
I want to put it out this way. My eye was pointing Boise State, Genty with Heisman. Now to think about it, this right here is unprecedented. You will never, ever see somebody go two ways. I don't care what team you're on. It's hard enough to play two ways. And he didn't just do it two ways like a one side and mediocre on the other
Yeah,
side.
yeah, he was a stud on both sides.
Travis Hunter is going to make All American on offense and defense. He won the top offensive player. He won the top defensive player. He will. He deserves it. I have to say it right
You
now.
changed your
This
mind, huh?
I have changed my mind, and I have to believe this is. If he was on any other team like Ashton Genty, if he was on Boise State, do you think that coach would have gave him a chance to play offense and defense? He had to go somewhere that will let him do it.
Yeah.
Most coaches would never done that.
Yeah.
And for him
Yeah.
to choose Colorado when he could have gone anywhere else, he was a five-star recruit that went to Jackson State. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, that's crazy. What five-star recruit goes to Jackson State? And then he follows Dion. Because he knew Dion was going to let him play both ways, and he was willing to go down to a D2 school to do it.
Mhm.
And that gives a lot of heart and a lot of effort, and he never gives up. And he plays every snap on the ball, almost every snap. Usually people get injured for that, but he didn't get as injured as most people would. So yes, I'm gonna have to say Travis Hunter deserves it. It was a close one. It's crazy. The fan vote had Ashton Genty. The Heisman voters had Travis Hunter. This is the closest since 2009. And
Yeah.
Travis, you did your job. I mean, you're not going to play two ways in the NFL. I'm sorry, it's not happening. You better pick a position. You're going to be great on either side. Well, I can't wait to find out which way he goes. It's going to be fun. And I'm not sure he's playing the bowl game. Hope he does. He doesn't.
I want to ask you this though,
Good luck.
Derek. Is I know he played both ways, but he was playing a reflection of the position he was playing on offense. It's not like that he was a linebacker or a defensive lineman or something like very different from his offensive position. He was basically I don't mean to like take away from the kid because he did great, but like that whole scenario, I wonder if you did that with other wide receivers, how well a because I've heard of them moving a wide receiver to a cornerback before.
How
Like
many wide receivers are
like
okay? Go
they've
on.
done that at Arkansas plenty of times. Or they've moved a cornerback to wide receiver, or vice versa. It's usually not the cornerback to wide receiver, but they definitely have put wide receivers at cornerbacks before. So it's not too unheard of that a wide receiver is capable of being a cornerback. Now, being an elite at both, that is pretty awesome, and to have the energy to do that is pretty awesome. But I'm still gonna stick with this. I think if you put Genty at Colorado, I think that I think he would make a bigger impact than Hunter going to Boise. But that's a hypothetical situation. We could all disagree on that. But all right, well, I put out the reason why I would take Genty and you did why you think you would pick Hunter. Did you want to add something?
Yes, I want to ask you. You said any wide receiver can do what he did.
No, no,
You
no,
know, he
no. I
had
did
one.
not say any can. I said I would be interested to see how common that could be. Like if you put wide receivers in that position, because again, like it has happened, like schools like Arkansas, where they've put a wide receiver at cornerback or
Yeah, but
safety.
that wide receiver didn't go into Baylor and go in overtime and force a fumble to win the game. You know, he did. He actually popped his head into the ball as he was tackling, and he forced the fumble. You know, he, but yeah, that's another point I wanted to point out. You know, Travis Hunter has done things, crazy things on both sides. So yeah, he's
Yeah.
going to be great.
I mean, being elite at both, I mean that does say something. Just for me personally, like it's very very close. It's very close. I just lean that I do think that Genty had a bigger impact whenever it comes to taking a team into the college football playoff. Again, I believe from what I've seen that Boise State would not be in the college football playoff without Genty. I don't know even if they would get that close without him. And I think Colorado would maybe drop 1 to 2 games without Hunter. I don't know. I guess that would be a fairly similar situation, I guess thinking about it. But I don't know. I just think that if Genty was on Colorado, he would have had a bigger impact than what Colorado was able to do this year, just in my opinion. But I do think that it is very, very close. And I mean, you can make the argument because it is so close, neck and neck, that they did make the right decision. But my opinion, I still would have stuck with Genty. And I'm interested to see what people say down below. Try to keep an unbiased opinion. I do want to see some unbiased opinions down there. Like if you're an all Colorado guy or you're an all Boise State guy, like come on, like I want to see an unbiased take from each side and people that don't have a horse in the race too. Like that
Mhm.
literally do not care either way. We're only there as spectators just going like, "Oh, wow, those two kids are really good." Which one would you have voted for? Because I am
Thrash him.
curious. No, easy now, Derek.
Thrash him. Tell him he's wrong.
But all right, we can just end it here then. I'm excited to see what everybody says down below, and yeah, we'll see how many people say that I'm right, Derek. I'm just kidding. Uh, all right. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you got this far, please consider hitting that like button and commenting down below with your thoughts. We'll see you guys in the next video.